Hello everybody, it's Bo Weddle from Porterfield Baptist Church. So I had done a devotion for Upward Sports in October and they asked me to do it again today for the daily devotions. And so I'd like to thank Scott Newland. Scott, during one of our deacon meetings, he said something that stuck with me and I went home and thought about it, and that's what became this devotion. So Scott said, he was talking about how proud you can walk knowing that your daddy is behind you. And so that stuck with me. I went home, I thought about it, and then this devotion opportunity came up, and so this is what I came up with. So when I was a little kid, so I just want to start out by saying when I was a little kid, my lifelong dream was to be a cowboy. And I was raised around horses, but I wasn't in rodeo or anything like that, but I just wanted to be a cowboy. So then fast forward, I'm in my early 20s, and I'm driving down the road one day, and my best friend flags me down, and he says, "Hey, you want to go to a rodeo?" And I said, "Absolutely." And so I get in the truck, go to a rodeo. Next thing you know, I'm hooked. So I go and I start practicing. I start getting on practice bulls, and so I started bull riding, and it was having so much fun. And so things were going pretty well. Got up to a decent start, and just living my childhood dream. Then something cool happens. At 52 years old, my dad starts rodeoing with me. So here comes my dad into bull riding. And so you want to talk about, I'm in my 20s, I'm living my childhood dream, and my dad comes to rodeo with me, and he quickly established himself as being a guy that was tough as boot leather, well loved. Everybody called him the old man, and everybody knew him everywhere he went. And so here we are, come to the rodeo. I'm this 20-something-year-old guy, everything's going well. Got my dad beside me. I mean, that was a great place to be. I was very confident, I was very happy, and everything was going well. But unfortunately, the story doesn't stop there. And so what happened was we started down to the summer series. And the summer series, the level of bull riding is much more intense, it's much more competitive. The bulls are better, the competition's better. And it did not go well at all. So I started bucking off. I started getting my hands stuck in my rope. I started just getting beat up and just little injuries. They were just kind of compounding themselves. And my dad, of course, he's there doing what dads do. He's picking me up and saying, giving me encouragement each time. He knows that I'm struggling, but he's there doing what dads do, picking me up. But despite all of that, you see the slide. And then eventually, by the end of the year, I just have my hat pulled down low. I'm just walking into rodeos. Don't want to talk to people. Don't want to look at people because I didn't want them to see. I didn't want them to see that my confidence was broken. I was shaking. Things were not going well, and I didn't want anybody to see it. I thought if I just put my head down and went quickly, no one would notice. But I'm gonna stop right there. Is anybody there in life today? Is anybody walking to church that way? Just walk in quickly, get your seat. Don't look at me. I don't want you to see that my confidence is shaking and that something is not right. Well, if you're going through one of those times, I'm here to give you encouragement. And Proverbs 24:16 says, "Though the righteous fall 7 times, they will rise again. But the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." And to me, that's God saying, listen, I have your back. No matter what happens, you are going to fall. There are going to be times when you stumble. You are going to fall. There are going to be failures, but I'm going to be here to pick you up and dust you off each time. You keep believing in me, I'll keep dusting you off and keep giving you encouragement. And furthermore, in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, Verse 9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness." That verse says so much to me because I like to think that I use my strengths. Life teaches us that you do the things that you're strong. You play to your strengths. And God says, no, that's not how it works. I'm going to use your weaknesses. I'm going to use the things that you've failed at. I'm going to use your failures, those frustrations, those things that haven't gone so well in your mind. That's what I'm going to build my kingdom on. I'm going to use your weaknesses to build my kingdom and bring me glory. And that's amazing to me that no matter what you're going through, God's using those times for his purpose. It may not serve your purpose, but it's going to be God's purpose. And he's building you up through your weaknesses. And what a great God that is. And then in Romans 5, not only so, but we glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. That's God saying, I'm going to use your weaknesses. There are going to be trials. There's going to be failures. There's going to be frustrations. But at the end of the day, I'm going to use those weaknesses, use those failures, use those frustrations to build my kingdom. So I hope that gives you some encouragement today. Let God use you for his purpose, no matter what. Pick your head back up. Walk tall, because your Father in heaven has your back no matter what. Thank you.